What's good, everybody? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. We've got a couple things to talk about here. The first one being WWE is going to be announcing new commentary teams. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that, break it down, and I'll give my thoughts on if I like it or not. And of course, with the first change on Raw, we're going to be having Pat and Corey Graves as a duo. So keep in mind that there's no longer going to be a three-man booth on Raw. Going forward, it's going to be a two-man booth across the board. So they also brought back Kathy Kelly, which is great. Her, Byron Saxton will be doing background interviews or backstage interviews, and Mike Rome will continue his duties as the WWE announcer. This match is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, etc. Job that he was doing prior, which is not bad. I don't know how I feel about this because, again, Corey Graves is great, but if he doesn't have the proper antagonist to kind of counteract his, like, heelish, smart, alecky, I'm just going to say it straight up, his smart-ass comments, it's not going to work. So I don't know how I feel about this one. So far, this one, I'm like 50-50 on it, but we'll go ahead and take a look at the next one and see what happens. And then, of course, over here, you still have Samantha Irwin, Ricochet's girl, still doing her ring announcer type of thing. Caleb Braxton will be handling the stuff in the back. Wade Barrett is promoted from NXT, and he will be with Michael Cole. As of right now, this is kind of the only team that looks promising to the point where it could work. I think Wade and Michael, until Pat McAfee returns, could be a great team up if they do it correctly. And then you'll also have Megan Morant as a backstage interviewer helping out Kayla Braxton as always. So it's good to see Kayla still doing her thing. Because as you know, one of my favorite rivalries, if you didn't know, on my TikTok a lot, I posted it a lot. The beef that she's had with Paul Heyman over the years has been phenomenal, pun intended. And of course, last but not least, we've got the five-time Booker T back on commentary for NXT. I think this could work out well. Also, Vic Joseph, I believe is his name. He does a pretty good job already. I don't think he's really bad. I thought he was like the perfect match for Wade Barrett's energy, you know. He was doing his thing, being, you know, like a good babyface commentator and things like that. I think Booker T being that like heelish, kind of like innuendo in between type of thing could work. Especially because I feel like he's gonna make a lot of remarks about Nikita Lyons, maybe like the way Wade used to do about her Twitter and stuff like that. But we'll have to wait and see. And then of course Mackenzie Mitchell will still be conducting the backstage interviews, and Alicia Taylor will continue her thing on the mic, announcing people to the ring. It's a solid lineup, man. But like I said, SmackDown is the only one that seems most viable to me right now. Booker T's not bad on commentary. That's all great. I was hoping. I know Morrow has got his MMA and he's boxing and he's focusing on all that. But if there's anyone who could create a safe space for him to feel comfortable and not have that anxiety or again, I'm not going to speak on his health or anything because I don't know what he had, but it was something that was prohibiting him from commentating with WWE, and it had something to do with like him feeling like he was pressured or something or bullied or whatever. Whatever. He left. He was a great commentator. I would really appreciate it if he came back. And then of course you have Nigel McGuinness. He was also another great person that I felt like could have added something. If there was one show that could have been a three-man booth, probably Raw, because it is 3 hours. They could have thrown Nigel in there. So now you have Nigel and Corey Graves, you know what I mean, playing off each other, you know what I mean? With, of course, the centerpiece, Pat. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Or on SmackDown, you wait till Pat McAfee comes back and he joins Wade Barrett and Michael Cole. I think that would be fire. But again, we'll have to wait and see. Let me know your thoughts about all this. It's hard to say, man. And then, of course, the last thing, because you guys see it on the bottom there. Sammy Guevara and Andrade. So these people had another backstage altercation at All Elite Wrestling. Anyways, this time it was Sammy Guevara and Andrade. Long story short, Sammy Guevara complained to the higher-ups, stated that Andrade hits a little too hard for wrestling and things like that. Good luck in New Japan, kid. I'm a big Sammy Guevara fan. I like him. I don't know if all the stuff happening lately has been true, or if they're just capitalizing on all the crap he's been dealing with over the last number of months and just trying to make him out to be the worst person walking God's green earth. Who knows? But basically, Andrade did an interview, and he basically stated that he was told by someone that Sammy said that, and he was like, okay, well, it's wrestling. If I hit you hard, you have every right to hit me back hard. The quote was along the lines of, if I hit you hard, you can hit me back hard. It's wrestling. And per Fightful, it was being reported that a lot of people witnessed the altercation, indicated that Andrade arrived at Dynamite and waited to see Sammy Guevara, and he threw a couple of punches before it was broken up, which ultimately led to Andrade being sent home. Now, keep in mind, Tony Khan even had a sit-down with them on Tuesday and was like, if you guys wind up fighting, we're not going to fire you. We'll just send you home. If that was true, right? Let's say that was true. Why would you tell your employees that there would be no ramifications for their actions? The only thing being you're going to send them home. Let's say that was true. Let's play devil's advocate here. Because again, everything that we hear is dirt sheets. None of it is ever, I see it. You know what I mean? Why would you tell someone that? And why verbalize that instead of saying, hey, there will be some sort of documentation that will occur here. We're going to document this moving forward, and we will mark this up to you having a potential suspension should this altercation continue any further. Something along those lines, some sort of decorum in this anarchy backstage that this man has going on in All Elite Wrestling. The Bucks of Youth are still gone. Kenny Omega is still gone. Sammy Guevara was still main eventing despite the altercation. And Andrade was sent home. If Andrade really did start it, it's kind of reckless. He's a veteran. He should know better. If what they're saying, if what TMZ said was accurate, because again, Brian Alvarez corrected them and was saying that Andrade was the one that started it, but TMZ was reporting that Sammy started it. If Sammy was the one that started it, then he should have 100% been sent home. And that, coinciding with everything that happened with Eddie Kingston, should have been strike 2 right there. Sammy was not innocent in this Eddie Kingston situation because he did do the promo that they never aired on Rampage, calling Eddie what he called him. Again, both situations could be handled differently. I hope that everything's cool. On the plus side, Brandon Cutler was back. He did a AEW Dark match prior to the show airing of AEW Dynamite, because as you know, they do a Rampage usually after Dynamite, unless if it's like live somewhere else, and they also do AEW Dark before AEW Dynamite to film for that following Monday and Tuesday. So Brandon Cutler's back. That's awesome news. Really great to see that, man. Awesome. With that being said, man, there's one more piece of news. This one's kind of sad. So basically, I don't know if you guys remember Sarah from Tough Enough. She was dating Buddy Matthews' partner, and she was having a lot of health issues and things like that, and she passed away today. So rest in peace, Sarah. That's all I got, man. R.I.P. Sarah Lee. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.